guys, welcome back to Life Full of Creativity, and in today's video I'll be doing a reading Q&A. So I have a couple of questions on my phone that I'll be answering for you guys to know a bit more about me and my reading, and these are some of the books that I love reading and I have read. And yeah guys, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first question is, do I like reading? And as you can tell, yes, I do enjoy reading. I just love how it's interesting and the own book has its own story. Like David Walliams has a different story compared to Tom Gates. Like his is about Tom Gates is more comedy and David Walliams is like adventurous. And yeah, so I do enjoy reading. As you can see, these are some of my lovely books that I enjoy reading. I have loads more, by the way. So let's get on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, who's my favourite author? So my favourite author is Jacqueline Wilson, or it has to be David Walliams. Is that I enjoy their books because like I had the first book I had from Jacqueline Wilson is when I was younger. My mum brought Tracy Beaker, and then I went on to Double Act because my sister was reading it. I love how one sister's more organised than another. They're both twins. And then I went on to a harder stage, which was Jackie's Daydream, and I love how it's like a story of her childhood. And with David Walliams, I watched The Boy in the Dress, so I was like, I want to really read it. So I got the book and I've read it. Then The Rat Burger, it was in primary where I started like to read, and I went on to this one, Rat Burger. Then as David Walliams did like the best-selling author, The World's Worst Children, #1. I read that, then I was like, I need to read #2, and I love how it has its own characters. If you haven't read it, I would recommend you reading it because it's like really interesting. Let me show you guys something. I love how the contents has all like different people and how they all, so like Humbert, the hungry baby, Stacy, a superstar, Fussy, Frankie, cruel Clarissa, Harry who never ever did his homework, Gruesome Griselda, spoiled Brad, Trish the troll, competitive Colin, and no. So I just love how it has its own characters, it has pictures, it's just really interesting. So yeah, that's what I love. Those are my favourite authors. Question number 3. What's my favourite book? My favourite book's either Jackie Daydream or Tracy Beaker, or it has to be maybe the time I was reading Diary of the Wimpy Kid Old School, because I remember I had my brother had a collection he got for his birthday and I read it, like most of it, and then this was the new one and I got it, and it was just, I think it was year 6 I had it, and it came with a sticker, and yeah, it's just, I love how it's just so interesting. It has pictures. When you read it, as it has pictures, it will just get into your head and the story will be more fun. So yeah, that's my favourite book. Question number 4. What is the book that I'm reading now? So right now I am reading The Sword of Koromori. I don't even know how to say Koromori. It's really interesting. I would want to tell you guys what's it about. I'll tell you a little bit. It's about this boy going to Japan to see his grandfather, but then he gets kidnapped, but it's actually to save him. But yeah, if you want to read it, then yeah, I'm on question 7. If you haven't seen me make this bookmark, look, it lasted so long. And yep, it's so exciting. Like the fact that I know I'm going to read this, look how interesting it is. It's really interesting. So yeah, now question number 5. What books do I enjoy reading? The books that I enjoy reading all, but the most favourite was Tom Gates. My sister has more, but these are the 2 that I read, and these are the 2 that is the most interesting for me. And I love how it has pictures pictures on it. Like, as you read it, it has pictures everywhere on it. See, everything's pictures, and it just makes it more interesting. And yeah, so that's the most enjoyable book that I've read. Question number 6. What are the past other books that I read? So I read loads. These are some of it, as I showed you. So let's just bring it more closer. I read all these already. I read more, but I can't fit them in the camera. But these are the most of the books that I've read already that I'm showing you guys. Question number 7. What type of books do I like? I really enjoy adventure. So that's a bit of this and this and this. Most of it's adventure and comedy. No, humor. Sorry, humor. Like Tom Gates and David Walliams. It's really funny. And yeah, because I enjoy funny books because it makes me laugh and it makes me enjoy it more. Like, do you get me? What type of books do you guys like to read? Anyways, question number 8. Are you the type of person to read the blurb? So yes, I'm the type of person to read the blurb. Say if I'm buying a book, I would actually want to read I bought this book, and I'm the person who likes to read the blurb to see what it's about. Because if you judge it by its cover, it might not be interesting. It might be, but this one looks interesting, anyways. But I read the blurb. Yeah, I like reading the blurb just to know what I'm reading and if it's interesting. Question number 9. Do you read books out of home? Yes, I read books out of home. I used to read it in the library. I just take books to my grandma's house. In school. And yeah, I do read it out of home. Also, I do read it in home. So question number 10. Are you the type of person who gives up on reading because the interesting part is in the middle? Right. I figured this question because my sister doesn't like reading because the interesting part is in the middle. But she is starting to get to learn that not all the interesting parts at the beginning. Most are at the end. And no, I'm not the person who gives up reading just because it's in the interest part in the middle. I like to read and get to it. If you read, guys, if you read more, you'll start liking it and it'll be more interesting to get to the middle. I like to read a chapter or 2 a day just when I'm bored after doing learning, because I have to do indoor homeschool work. And yeah, and that's all 10 questions, but I got one more question. What book would you recommend for you subscribers or viewers to read? Well, if you were like a starter, I would recommend you read Diary of a Wimpy Kid because it is very interesting. It got pictures everywhere. Or I would recommend you read Tom Gates because I remember I used to once, I think it was to this book. It was really, really interesting that I read it, and I read it in less than a week. Because it's that interesting. Either Tom Gates books or Diary of the Wimpy Kid. Also, if you're older, you want more adventure, either Jacqueline Wilson, The Sword of Koromori, or one of Roald Dahl's books. The first Roald Dahl book I got was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and when I was in year 4, I remember we went to this chocolate factory nearby and we got chocolates and we just saw how chocolates were made. It was really interesting. And we watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because our topic was about that. And I just thought, why not get a book on World's Book Day? So I did, and I started liking Roald Dahl. And I watched Matilda, and I love how she was young. She's going to the library by herself, and I just wanted to read it. And yeah, so either Jacqueline Wilson, The Sword of Koromori, or Matilda, Roald Dahl books. And there are more. So I got the green one. There's a blue. There's Shield of Koromori or the Stone of Koromori. I need to get those two because they seem interesting. So yeah, those what I recommend. World Worst, the David Walliams, I would recommend maybe if you're maybe over 11, read this. You can read when you're young. I'm not judging, it's your choice, but I recommend because it got pictures but less. I'm not sure if children under 10 will like this, but you can read it if you really love reading. And yeah, I forgot to unfold this from last time. I love this because his mum leaves him Dennis when he was younger, and his dad just got a bit depressed and started eating and started getting a bit chubby. So yeah guys, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to subscribe, like, turn the post notification bell, ding ding, and do comment down below if you enjoyed today's video. I did. I loved how I showed you guys most of the books that I read and what I really like and prefer to read and my opinions on books. And I hope you guys read because it's really good for you. It's good for your mind, exercising and everything. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember, stay creative and don't stop smiling. Goodbye.